Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jim Carroll and Eric Rattay with another day in the life of Acumatica. Acumatica, as you know, is a modern ERP product that distinguishes itself with a workflow engine that's equivalent to a 7x24 no-charge employee. And this workflow engine interoperates with all things Acumatica, including punching out to the internet, unlimited user pricing, and really a feature-rich product. Today, we're going to talk about invoicing. And of course, that's key to every company, and they send out the invoices, and then oftentimes customers need a reminder because they have not paid. With Acumatica and this no-charge employee, we can set up a schedule so that, as an example, if a customer is not paid within 15 days of the due, you can send out a friendly reminder automatically, hands-free. So Eric is now going to show you how that is done.
Thank you, Jim. So first thing first, the part of the no-charge employee is called a business event. So business event is an engine that runs in the background that will execute some action based on criteria that you set. It's a bit technical, but with small training that is available at the university, Acumatica, you can do it. So let's go into the business event screen, and you see here you have the history also, so you can see when the business event has run and things like that. So I'll open the business event, and good news, there are a lot of business events that are already made into the system. And if you want to use them, you can set them as active. And you can create new ones as well. But today we'll just review one that has been made and go through the different steps to make it work. So the first step is to define the list of records that will be managed or will be processed. So in that example, we want to have the list of invoices that will be due in a couple of days or are already due. So to do that, we have a screen name here, which is a generic inquiry. So now in the system, there are inquiries. So let me just give you an example. For example, if I go to receivables and I go to customer details and I ask for a certain customer, I've got here the list here is a generic inquiry and you have parameters at the top. So this is the list of all the invoices and all the credit memos that have been issued to this customer here that I selected for that company, because Acumatica is multi-company, multi-branch, multi-warehouse, multi-currency, and so on and so forth. So here you have the balance that is due, and everything in Acumatica is always justified. So this amount is justified by all the documents that are at the bottom. So this is a generic inquiry, and you can create your own generic inquiries. Acumatica comes with over 600 generic inquiries, dashboards, as well as reports that are included in the software, and you can modify like 90% of them with the use of the tools that are provided by Acumatica. So first step is to create a generic inquiry. So there is a generic inquiry builder, like a wizard that is there that will help you out doing a query within the database and provide a list like this. So we'll go back to the business event, and I'm using here my tools to see where I went previously in the system. So I will just go back to my business process that we were looking at.
That's a nice
so
feature.
see here we have the event ID, the type, and then the screen name that is associated with it, which is mandatory because of the star that precedes the screen name. So it means that it is mandatory. So we'll just go to that screen. So this is the list of all the invoices that will be processed. And so if I want to this is a generic inquiry. I can customize it if I'm allowed to. So this is the generic inquiry builder, and maybe in another day in a life we'll go over that. But basically, you select the tables, you make relations between them. Into the result grid, you see the fields that will be displayed, and you can even do formulas and calculation for specific information if you want to have some calculation of specific information.
So it looks a
Anyhow,
lot like an Excel spreadsheet, but each column is a data or table within Acumatica, and this is how you define those column headings. Is that correct?
correct.
Got it.
So
All right.
in Excel these will be the sheets,
Yeah,
and these will in the result grid this would be the column that you
got it.
display.
Right.
Okay, and then and so once we are there, I can also see the screen. So this is the list that I will process, the list of invoices. And if I can always go at a transaction level to see this invoice. And of course, it will open in my other screen because I have got multiple screens.
Got it.
So coming back here, now I put the condition. So I've got a list of transactions that I will process. There's invoices, and here I put my condition, and see the due date will be today equals to today minus 15. So today
Okay.
is a parameter that we have. So we have today, week start, and so on. So we want to
Right.
have everything that the due date is 15 days before today.
So this looks like a lot like a SQL statement. Give me all invoices where the due date is less than 15 days.
Correct.
Right? Bottom line. Got it. Perfect.
It can have many criteria as well.
Yeah.
And so what we'll do is we'll go to subscriber, because in that case, what is the action that I want to do? So I can have multiple subscribers. I can create a task for people to perform. I can have a team notification because we are integrated with Microsoft Teams, as an example. I can do an action. I can send an email. I can do a push notification to transfer to my mobile application, because Acumatica has a mobile app that is running on Android and iPhone, and also SMS, like a text message to my phone or to somebody's phone. So I can do all kinds of things, and I can also process data via an import scenario. In this case, what I want to do is an email notification to the customer, and so I need to create my notification in that case. And this notification will include, so I give a name, a description, the screen. So this is the same screen the generic inquiry that is based on, that has all the data that needs to be incorporated in my message. Because as you can see here, my message will be different for each customer, because it will include the name of the customer, the invoice number, the due date, the balance. So everything that is on my generic inquiry, the data, I will put that. So the customer will receive this email having the balance and so on and so forth. I can either also put a link instead of just putting the invoice number. I could put a link, because with Acumatica payment right now, you can pay on a portal, so the customer can access that portal and pay using a credit card or ACH or EFT in Canada. So it's working in Canada and US as
Got
well.
it. And I could see where like a system person at a customer would learn the Acumatica tool, and then they could go as an example to the controller, and the controller would say, I want to send out invoices 15 days. And the user themselves could set this up with a little bit of training. This does not look all that complex. Got it. Yeah, nice.
And then
Very nice.
you have also the attached report, so it will attach the PDF.
Oh, yeah.
So the PDF will be included in the email, so that the person will know exactly what invoice is about.
Yeah.
And here you have all kinds of fields, right? So When you want to send, you have some email. So from the generic inquiry, so you can select what are the fields that you want to include in the message, as well as
Right.
to who you want to display. And here you will have placeholders for the invoice number and so on and so forth. So once the email notification has been, or email templates is created, then going back to my business event, the last piece, this one is run by schedule. It's triggered by schedule. So it means that the schedule here, you have to decide. So in this case, it will be processed via schedule. So it will run, it will run every day daily at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, as decided here. So it will every day on that
Nice.
at 4 p.m., 30 p.m. it will send notifications. So you could do that, but you can also, like, instead of being triggered by schedule, you can trigger by action. So on the screen itself, it would have an action button that you can press. So it will be triggered by the user. So a user may see something and want to create a task. So instead of creating the task manually, you can just press a button and it will send a task to somebody. And also triggered by record change means that when the invoice is changed, for example, you can trigger an action as opposed as a user pressing
Got
a
it.
button or being scheduled.
And here we're talking about invoices, but these tools apply to all different business workflows. It's like a task. Yeah, everything.
Almost every screen in Acumatica. So if I go to invoices memo, as a matter of fact, it's the same screen as.
Right.
But every screen, I would say almost every screen. I have a business event here, so you can see related to that screen what are the business events that correlates to that screen.
Right.
You can create a new one, and you can have a history also about these screens. So,
But if an owner wanted to see daily the daily sales or something like that, they could get a report, and they could get every day at 4 o'clock. They could get their sales report, as an
of
example, right? And they're
course,
not even in
that
Acumatica,
right,
right? Or if they're in Acumatica, either
yeah,
way, right?
yeah,
Got it. So that'd be another example of just what
hmm
you could do with this business event triggering. Wow.
yep.
Wow. This really reinforces the feature suite of Acumatica, the fact that it integrates with the Internet of Things, and you can send out messages and grab data from all sorts of places, and then utilize this no-charge employee to do things that in the past used to take personnel to go generate reports or do things, and you set it up once and then it's automatic in Acumatica. This is a wonderful, wonderful day in the life, Eric. Anything else, or should we close it?
No,
All right.
that's for today.
Well, fantastic. Please join us again for another day in the life. Thank you.